Alright, I'm going to talk about my work in progress on this model kit and what I can say about this kit so far is that it's been a fun process. There are a little bit of frustrations because I broke the upper torso. I broke a lot of pieces, not here, but the ones that are on the vent or underneath. And that's because of my lack of skill or experience with resin kits. This is my second one, and my first model kit that I built that's resin, I haven't painted, is right here. The Justice Gundam. And I've had a pretty terrible experience with this kit. Probably not the studio, but I would like to attribute it to them because some stuff are just poorly made. They're just haphazard, and there's just so much modification on this kit, so much plastic to shave, plus a lot of resin parts to shave as well, that it becomes suspect. Meaning, you would need to have to reinforce a lot of these parts with glue or putty because they're just really brittle, very thin, and they're about to break. That kit, on the other hand, is superb. Um, so let me grab this and put it away. So that kit right there, requires so far the least amount of modifications compared to that Master Grade Justice Gundam. So, in terms of modifications for the main body, are the waist. You need to cut off the ball joint. You get new ankle parts inside here and here, and you get extensions on a thigh. So you get the two extensions make this overall about 2 to 3 centimeters taller, but with the backpack it's going to be about 280 millimeters or about 28 centimeters, and that reaches to about, if I can grab my ruler, it's about 11 inches. So it's pretty big. It's as big as like a miniature perfect grade. Now, in terms of parts fitting together, it's perfect. Like, this is a well thought out resin kit, and from what I've read online in my research, they do a lot of prototyping with 3D parts, meaning they probably have scanned the original part and done all the design on a 3D model or some kind of CAD, and then they'll just print the parts and prototype it. Next, they probably have even created the molds in 3D printing, and that's probably why their casting quality is so superb. You don't have to rely on the silicon mold degrading after each cast, and that eliminates the issue of quality deteriorating. With details, there are very, very fine detail parts and details that are etched into the parts. Examples like underneath the abdomen right here, there's like a little line, and then inside the vent parts, there are like extra details that you might not even notice. The usual like additions of panel lining are very obvious, but that's that for small detail. In terms of artistic work and recreation or interpretation of the Hainu, this is by far one of the best designs. This is more of like a reimagination of what the Hainu could be, rather than being a proportion fix and detail addition like other model kits are. One example being the V51 Studio. They have their own Hainu, but it's not as exaggerated as this kit. It's more of a just proportion fix and panel line alterations. Let's see, what are my other thoughts with this kit? So far, yeah, everything's not gonna snap on tightly right now because of how the resin parts are designed. Everything's being held up by masking tape right now, but I think even without masking tape, some parts could hold up by themselves. Examples being the legs. The legs, you could probably snap this together and display it like this without paint as like a test fit when you're test fitting. But I've gone ahead and masked up everything because everything doesn't want to hold up so far, even though they conform well. The tolerances are very tight, and if you understand the terminology, so like if you worked on cars before, there are panel gaps which each get panel, and they usually check for consistencies in the gaps, and everything so far has been very perfect. Very extreme tolerances. Everything fits together. If Yujiao Land designed the Bandai kit, he'd probably do a damn good job. Probably a better job than Kotoki, in my opinion. This kit is just ridiculous, and his other designs are mad insane. Other than that, I have to finish the weapons, the fin funnel, backpack, and the stabilizing fin on the middle of the backpack before I even prime the whole kit. I might even give these parts a second stage of purple power or dish detergent. Give these a wash, because I touched these with like really oily hands. I didn't glove up, of course. I like to feel the parts myself and see what needs to be done. In the later stages, no putty works, so that's great. No bubbles on the resin cast, no imperfection, blah blah blah. So in summary, my initial experience with this kit is great, and I'm looking forward to build the other half and painting. I feel like it's gonna be a really fun kit to paint and decal up. Speaking of decals, I was kind of frustrated that they did not include decals that are exclusive for this kit upon initial release, but I was pretty pissed when I found out they had things coming out later on while people are building. For example, Decals from Yujiao Land, and I was so pissed, like, why didn't they give us these with that kit? And I'm very hesitant to use the generic ones they have because they just don't look that great in my opinion, and I was going to use the Bandai ones until they announced they have those decals released. The decal sheet that's gonna come in is pretty small. It's like 4 centimeters by 5 centimeters, so there's not much decal on there. And if you look at the version Katoki decals, those are like almost a 8-inch by 11-inch paper with a huge amount of water slides. That's gonna make this entire thing look ridiculous. But that's probably because it's Katoki, and with this small sheet of decals, I think Yujiao Land was trying to go for a minimalistic approach for decals. I don't think he's the type to be minimalistic if you look at his paint scheme on all the images they released. Like, they used almost over 30 paints or different types of colors, and it's fucking ridiculous that they use 10 grays to detail this kit and about 5 whites. Like, to be real, I'm just gonna keep it simple and use only like at most 3 shades of white and 2 shades of blue, and that's about it. This just to accentuate some parts, but to put 30 paint colors onto one kit is just over the top, and I don't think I have that time and patience. And yeah, that's about it. In terms of updates of what I have going on, I have Fortune Meow's kit right here. This is the Double Zeta version Katoki conversion kit. Looking forward to that soon. I have the base kit coming in tomorrow, and I guess I'll just count the parts and start soaking those parts in purple powder for later use. And that's about it for this model kit. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing me rant while describing my work in progress. I'll give you guys another 360 look. At first, I wasn't too into it when the pre-orders were announced, because they had that weird mega cannon on this backpack, and that wasn't really accurate to the original design. And then I realized, wait, they had the enhanced version which had the regular armor covering, and then that sold me, and I was lucky enough to be able to acquire the first batch, because I was looking at this around June when almost all pre-orders were sold out, but I managed to find a dealer who still had pre-order slots available for the first batch, and I got this one. I think the heavy weapon systems version is going to be a separate kit, but if it's not, I'm going to have to acquire another Hainu from them somehow, so I can have a separate Hainu as a heavy weapons variant. Yeah, I'm willing to overpay for this kit because it's a well designed kit, but if it was a different brand, I would probably not buy a second one. That's about it for this work in progress rant. And I can't wait to show you guys further updates and the final build. Peace out, guys. Like, share, comment, do it for the algorithm. Bye.